Crimson Desert is an upcoming open-world action RPG developed by Pearl Abyss, set in the high fantasy realm of Pywell, a land torn apart by power struggles and political chaos. The story follows the mercenary Cliff McDuff as he navigates this dangerous world, gathering a group of fighters to confront enemies and restore peace. The game mixes medieval warfare with elements of magic, and players will explore diverse biomes, engage in intense combat, and face mythical creatures.
You got any idea what you're doing? The spirit will punish us all! Ion! The spirit of the mountain! Over there!
The Gothic 1 Remake is a complete overhaul of the 2001 cult classic RPG, bringing the game to modern standards with upgraded graphics and gameplay improvements. Players once again take on the role of a nameless prisoner in a dangerous mining colony set in the kingdom of Murtana. The remake stays true to the original story and atmosphere while introducing expanded areas, new voice acting, and updated combat mechanics.
We're aware that when creating a remake of a beloved title, it is hard to live up to the expectations of its long-term fans. However, we feel there is room to develop the experience further by telling new stories from the colony and expanding on those that die-hard fans have known for more than 2 decades. We are also focusing our attention on enhancing many aspects of gameplay.
Neo Berlin 2087 is a cyberpunk-themed detective action RPG set in the dystopian city of Berlin in the year 2087. The game blends first-person and third-person gameplay, allowing players to take on the role of Nolan, a detective tasked with solving the murder of the police department's chief. The investigation leads to uncovering a massive conspiracy in a world where the wealthy rule the city and the poor are left to survive in slums or a dangerous wasteland filled with malfunctioning machines. Veilguard is an upcoming single-player RPG from BioWare, set to continue the Dragon Age saga. The game takes place in Thedas, where you play as a customizable protagonist named Rook. Your mission is to unite the Veilguard, a group of 7 companions, to fight against corrupt elven gods, including the returning figure Solus. Each companion hails from different factions, such as the Grey Wardens and Anti-Van Crows, each with their own stories and abilities.
Everyone, get ready!
Orders! Ready, ballistas! Wait for it.
Come on. Come on.
GreedFall 2. The Dying World is a prequel to the first game, set 3 years before its events. Players take on the role of a native from Tir-Frady, captured and taken to the mainland of Gakon. The game emphasizes choice-driven gameplay, allowing players to tackle challenges with diplomacy, combat, or stealth. The world is plagued by war and disease, and players must navigate complex politics and relationships.
And your companions. Use the camera to analyze the battlefield, then move your characters and use skills to taunt your enemies, position them, or inflict damage. The environment will also be your ally. take advantage of the high ground for increased damage, or take advantage of items such as barrels to maximize your chances of defeating your enemies. The tactical pause allows you to manage and plan your actions down to the smallest detail. Make good use of it, and manipulate the pace of combat to give yourself time to choose the skills and actions that best suit the situation. Your strategy...
Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is a turn-based RPG with real-time mechanics, set in a fantasy world inspired by Belle Epoque France. Players lead a group of explorers, Expedition 33, on a desperate quest to stop the Paintress, a mystical figure who marks people for death each year by painting their age on a monolith. The game focuses on tactical combat, requiring players to dodge, parry, and counter attacks in real time, adding an action element to the traditional turn-based system.
Let us stain them.
Chrono Odyssey is an ambitious MMORPG set in the visually stunning world of S.T.A.L.K.E.R, where players can control time and engage in dynamic, real-time combat. Developed by nPixel and powered by Unreal Engine 5, the game will feature 6 unique classes, allowing players to choose between different combat styles, from swordsmen to sorcerers. One of its standout features is the Chrono Odyssey, a device that allows you to manipulate time during battles, freezing enemies, or rewinding events to give you a strategic advantage. The First Descendant is a free-to-play, third-person looter shooter developed by Nexon Games. Set in a sci-fi world where players must defend humanity on the Ingress continent from alien invaders, the game focuses on co-op multiplayer, allowing teams of up to 4 players to take on challenging missions and bosses. It features dynamic action combat, character progression, and a wide variety of weapons and gear to collect and upgrade. S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Two Heart of Chornobyl is the highly anticipated sequel to the classic survival horror FPS set in the post-apocalyptic Chornobyl exclusion zone. Players will once again explore a dangerous open world filled with mutants, anomalies, and rival factions. The game emphasizes survival mechanics, complex AI, and dynamic combat, where every choice can impact the story's multiple endings. With an upgraded engine, Unreal Engine 5, the game offers a more seamless open-world experience compared to previous titles in the series.
The shining side. It's here all around us, but we cannot see it. I wonder what's out there. Eternal spring? The Klondike of artifacts? A new home? Or our heart's desires? We want the shining zone to reveal itself.
Oh, shit's gonna go down at the Institute. Ha!
Monster Hunter Wilds is the next major installment in Capcom's popular Monster Hunter series. This time, players will explore vast new environments, such as the Windward Plains and the eerie Scarlet Forest, each filled with unique monsters and environmental effects like sandstorms and downpours. The game will introduce new mechanics, including the Secret Mount, which allows players to glide and traverse rough terrains.
Incredible! I've never heard of a Karathnoth herd this big before. One of them's got big spikes on its back.
Now to lead it away from the pack. We'll make for the desert.
Right! The sandstorm!
The Last Night is a cinematic platformer set in a post-cyberpunk world, blending stunning pixel art with 3D elements. The game explores the life of Charlie, a second-class citizen living in a world where humans no longer need to work, with machines surpassing human capabilities. The narrative focuses on Charlie's journey through a dystopian society, offering tribute to classic genre-defining titles while incorporating modern graphics and mechanics. The game follows Roman, a middle-aged train conductor, as he navigates a surreal and terrifying world filled with nightmarish creatures and eerie environments. Players will solve puzzles and uncover the mysteries surrounding Roman's nightmarish reality, all while trying to survive the horrors that lurk at every turn. Hell Is Us is an upcoming third-person action-adventure game set in a war-torn country, ravaged by civil conflict and a mysterious calamity. The game features a unique exploration system that breaks away from modern gaming conventions. There are no maps, quest markers, or compasses. Players will rely on their instincts and observational skills to progress through the semi-open world. The game emphasizes melee combat against supernatural creatures using a variety of weapons, such as swords and axes, and encourages exploration without hand-holding.
Mother always said monsters didn't exist. I thought they lived under my bed. We were both wrong. They live inside our heads.
Farming Simulator 25 is the next entry in the popular agricultural simulation series by Giants Software. This installment expands the farming experience with new crops, including rice and spinach, as well as new animals like buffaloes. Players can farm in 3 diverse regions: East Asia, North America, and Central Europe, each with unique landscapes and farming challenges. The game also introduces Aftermath is a psychological survival thriller developed by 101 Games and published by Meta Publishing. The story follows Charlie Gray, a former astronaut and talented engineer whose life spirals out of control after a failed re-entry to Earth. As she navigates a deserted, fragmented European city, she must confront both an unearthly presence hunting her and her own personal demons.
Soldier, keep on marching on.